Hi, I'm Angelo Ignacio, and you're watching Daily City Rec at Home. Today, we want to introduce to you a new program called Dungeons, Dragons, and Recreation. Dungeons and Dragons is a game that started in the 60s and has grown popular due to shelter in place. I recently got into D&D in the summer to kind of stay in touch with friends and thought it'd be a great idea to introduce this to our virtual recreation program. In this episode, we will be teaching some of our rec staff how to play D&D for their first time.
D&D is a storytelling adventure game, generally played with a group of friends around a table with nothing but a writing utensil, some paper, some dice, a few core rulebooks, and your imagination. Unlike other types of games that focus on skill, logic, or luck in order to attain a goal and win, Dungeons & Dragons, as a tabletop RPG, is a game where a group of players assume the roles of fictional characters who embark upon imaginary adventures exploring dungeons, fighting monsters, and discovering treasure within a fantasy setting.
Yeah.
So, your adventure right now. So this is where it's gonna start. So,
Okay.
all of you guys, your guys are separated. So, but you all have the same objective. You've all been invited to a town called Neverwinter to participate in a tournament, an arena tournament. So right now you guys, it's dark right now, and you guys are just making camp to rest, to head over there the next day. Okay. So you guys are at a fire right now. So I need you guys to go on your.
I love how the fire just makes your eyes light up.
You rolled a 12. So with what you roll, you hear like some rustling in the bushes and an arrow being shot at both of you, but it goes in between you guys and it misses. Okay, so Justin's in front. Is that okay, Justin? You're in front?
Okay.
Okay. So whoever is in front, Justin, I need you to roll a dexterity check.
Ooh.
So a dexterity
Okay.
saving throw is you take whatever your dexterity is and you roll a d20. If you need to roll higher than a 12. If you don't, you're going to get hit by an arrow. You only take 1 damage. So
Alright.
so what happens is Romeo and Cherry, you guys are following behind Justin, and all of a sudden you see like an arrow just like hit his ear. From what happens, you notice that the arrow came from your right. So what would you guys decide to do? There's a couple things you can decide to do. You guys could either run away, you could see where the arrow came from, and maybe find out who shot it and take a crack at him, or proceed to go forward.
Yeah, let's move to the back and let Romeo handle it.
Crimea River and let's look
Okay, so Romeo, I need you to roll a 20-sided dice, and I need you to add your perception to that. Okay, so you rolled a 17. Okay, so you see that circle over here? You notice that the arrows came over here, and as you decide to look over, and you see like a shadowy figure there, and you also hear some rustling in the bushes up here. Looks like it's running. You hear running, and then you also see a shadowy figure over here. But we're gonna go back to Edgardo and Zetz. So with that rustling in the bushes, Zetz, I need you also to roll a dexterity check.
18.
Okay, so
Plus
you
one.
noticed an arrow shoot past you too, but you were quick to notice it and were able to dodge and move out the way. And as soon as you see that arrow come,
I'm a ninja.
yeah, and then you hear rustling in the bushes again, as if someone just shot an arrow and ran away. And then Edgardo sees this arrow as well and is shocked. And so you draw your sword, Edgardo?
Yeah. And
And
I
then-
move toward where the arrow came from.
So roll a perception check. Zets, do you do the same thing? Do you follow along?
No. Do some acrobatics and I jump in.
You do some acrobatics and you jump where? Okay. You look to Edgardo. You look to your left over here, and you see 3 shadowy figures.
So, is
He-
it you three?
It's us. Don't kill us.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna pretend I don't know that it's you three. Okay, so I see 3 shadowy figures.
Okay. So Zets, you can only move 30 feet.
Correction.
Oh, I
Who
can't-
goes there?
Oh, who goes there?
Okay.
Answer me before you feel my steel.
Okay.
Oh.
So
No, take
So-
it back. It's not steel. Silver sword. I
R-
have a
R-
silver sword.
Romeo, as you kind of peek into the bush, you hear this voice that says, "Who goes there?"
And I say it's Romar Darkbrow.
And then I need everyone to roll your initiative. And then when you roll your initiative, you roll a 20-sided dice, and then you add your initiative bonus, and then you add it to the green circle. So you run into Romer Darkbrow, and he responds, Romer Darkbrow. What do you say, Edgardo?
I don't know you. Who are you? Why did you shoot at us?
Oh, you don't know me?
Oh
I
no!
say I am Romo Darkbrow of Daly City. You shot an arrow at me.
Oh, you shot an arrow at us.
Apparently, we have some miscommunication. Would you like to meet my merry men?
So as that happens, 3 figures holding bows pop up out of nowhere. Okay? And so when I told you guys to roll an initiative,
Yes.
the initiative is basically tells you what order you guys are going to go. So what happens is now you're in combat. So you have 3 goblins with arrows that pop up. And so what he decides to do is he sees Justin again and he's going to shoot an arrow at him. And he rolls a 21 and hits Justin for 7 damage, which means Justin is dead. You see 3 goblins in front of you. How do you respond?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go take the one closest to me.
Okay, so you get 5, so you do 8 damage. So with one swing, you kill the goblin. Hit. So you hit. So what did you do? You hit him with your scimitar, right?
Yes.
So you have to have ran up to the dog and then roll your damage dice. So you deal 4 damage, and then now it is Odrag's turn. So you rolled
Those 6.
so
21.
you didn't succeed in helping him out. So
Alright. Sorry,
Okay.
Justin.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
you successfully were able to revive yourself, but you only have 1 hit point on you. You got a natural 20. So you basically did a critical strike. A critical strike, when you roll the highest roll possible, you get a critical strike, which means you automatically do your max damage. And then so your max damage is 15. So because you did a critical, you basically killed the dog. Successful.
Nice.
So you took your axe and you just straight up cut him in half. And so the goblin that killed Justin is actually out looking for Justin again. He sees him back up, so he's going to attempt to shoot Justin again. And he hits. And he does 7 damage. You have something to heal him?
The spell healing word.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never done that.
So with healing word, a creature of your choice can see within your range. So I'm gonna display it. So this is what the skill does. Can you guys read it?
First level evocation, a creature of your choice that creature as in like
Yeah,
Any of
Justin.
within
Just
range gains points equal to 1d4 plus your spell casting ability modifier.
so that's
Oh,
plus
where's
2. So go ahead and roll a d4. So you roll the 3 plus your modifier is 2. So Justin is back to 5 health, alive again.
barely?
Yeah.
Damn, Justin, you're a liability.
Okay, so Zets, it's actually your turn right now.
I'm gonna move behind the elf, or I'm gonna move behind the gremlin thing that's at least 27 feet away.
Yeah.
Get behind him and use javelin to attack.
Okay. Dude, how are you rolling 20s all the time? It's a critical damage.
That is
So,
awful.
so with that, you don't even need to roll your damage. That critical hit just automatically kills him. Now it's Odrag's turn.
So I move in with 29 feet. Okay, so. Oh, sorry. I move right behind this fool. And I attack with my longsword.
So what happens is he sees you coming, and the goblin turns around and says, he uses a reaction, says, wait. He says, please, no kill. You ended up missing, and as you miss, he has a reaction, and he yells, Duke, now.
Oh, he wants to fight me.
So, no, when he says Duke now, another dog comes out of nowhere.
That mother.
And then charges Urza Zetz from behind. So he's going to bite you. And he rolls an 18. What's your armor class? 12. So he hits. So you take 5 damage, Zetz. So out of your 12, you're now down to 7 hit points. And this dog has an ability called teleport, where after he attacks, he disappears, and he appears right before Justin. It is now Justin's turn. How do you react?
Justin, you better run.
I have a thing called Sanctuary.
So you have Sanctuary.
Alright.
So that means if the dog attacks you, it ends up having to attack someone else.
Okay.
Alright, cool. So next... Doesn't want to die again. So
Hey, no
next
problem, guys.
next up is Romer.
I'm gonna attack him from the back.
Okay. So you roll the 4 and a miss. Now the dog retaliates towards Romer.
Nice.
And then he decides to bite you. And he bites you for 18. What's your armor class? 14, so he hits.
So I roll a d10.
You roll a d20 first to see if you hit.
Well,
You rolled a 1. Which is which is the complete opposite of a 20. So you rolled a critical strike, but now you rolled a 1. So what happens is you try to swing, and the warhammer slips off your hands, and it
of course it does.
and it actually flies towards Cherry. Cherry, what you need to do is roll a dexterity save
Why
to
do
see.
that?
So you look at where it says dex. Yeah, you roll a d20. Everything is usually rolled with a 20-sided dice at first.
Where's my dexterity?
So 17, Zets. So you rolled a 17, which means Zets, your warhammer flies all the way here because Cherry was able to dodge it.
No, that was Justin.
That's Justin. I didn't even roll.
No.
Yet.
Oh.
There.
So 15. Do you have a dexterity modifier?
I don't know where that is.
It's on your character sheet. It says dexterity
Oh, +2.
+2. Okay, so you rolled a 17, which means you were able to dodge it. But
Let me see if I can attack the goblin by Gardo.
it's an 8, so you miss.
I still miss because it needs to be.
Yeah. So it passes the goblins and it passes Zets and Edgardo. Yeah. So next up is Odrag.
I draw my sword and I attack two-handed.
Yeah.
One
So
hand.
okay, one hand. 3 + 4, 7 is a miss.
Alright. I'm gonna go up to walk up to Romeo. And
Okay.
then can I cast a Sacred Flame?
Okay. What does Sacred Flame do?
Does flame-like radiance descend on a creature that you can see within range? The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8
Okay.
radiant damage.
So, who are you casting it to?
The goblin.
Okay, so the goblin needs to roll a dexterity saving throw, and your saving throw is a 10. So, I have to roll higher than a 10.
Uh-huh.
And wait, so goblin has +2 to dexterity, so it's a 9. So I fail. So I take 8 damage. Or I roll an 8. I only take 1 damage. I rolled a 1.
Alright.
Okay, next up is Romer.
I will attack Mr. Goblin with my great axe.
Okay, so you're going for his head? So you have advantage right now, because he's focused on Edgardo. So go ahead and roll it twice. So you hit him, and he's like gravely wounded, and he's like bleeding everywhere.
Awesome.
And as that happens, the dog
Crap. This
dog retaliates towards you and goes for your side as well, and tries to bite you.
Lovely.
Keyword is tries.
And he succeeds.
Oh, okay.
And you take 7 damage. The goblin then tries to strike back all bloodied up and says, you die before me, and attacks you with his scimitar.
And I say your mama.
Well, apparently when you said... So, when he heard you say your mama, he actually turned around and he missed his scimitar trying to strike you.
Yes.
There you go.
So I reach down and pull my great club out of his head, and I hold it in the air as champion.
Okay,
Is that better? Is that better for you?
okay, sounds good. So, Cherry, you're up.
I'll use a scimitar.
Okay, so run up to the dog and use your scimitar. What's your modifier?
A 9.
Plus 4.
For my
Hit.
scimitar.
It's a hit. It's a
plus
hit.
4,
It's a hit.
9, 4,
So
yeah.
roll for damage.
What's the die? Is it? I
It's a
forgot.
6. It's a d6.
Die.
So 5 plus your modifier is 7 damage.
You know, I'm gonna stay where I am and then use javelin.
Okay. we all know how that happened last time.
Here you also
Dang.
Okay, so roll a d20.
on raise.
Yeah, so you do a total of 6, 9. Roll another 6. Roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
Roll to d6.
So you did a total of 10, 13, 15 damage,
Oh shit.
and he is dead.
So angry, I just took that javelin and I just.
And as that javelin strikes the dog, it flies and rolls over here with all that strength of rage that you had. Okay. So, I mean, so pretty much this is it, guys. This is what D&D is. This is the beginner course that I usually use to help people learn how to play. Eventually, as we continue further, there's a lot more stuff you'll have to worry about. So, what lies before you are 3 dead goblins and 2 dead dogs. And
Let's just pillage them and run to town and get some beer.
okay, so you guys all pillage them. So everybody roll a investigation check.
What is that?
Investigation, it's under your skill. So everybody roll a d20 and then add your investigation.
They're all playing together.
Yeah.
Plus 3.
A lot of us. Investigation +1.
I got 15.
I got 13 plus
Okay. So
3.
with everything that you guys rolled, you notice that the 3 goblins have 3 short bows all together, and they all have a quiver with 10 arrows each. The dogs, you Cherry cuts one of the dogs open and finds a little pearl inside its stomach. That's worth 50 gold pieces.
Why did she get the pearl?
It's an oyster dog.
And then where are you guys searching, or who are you guys searching?
What do you mean?
So, because I'm thinking Cherry's next to the dog right here, right? Edgardo, Romeo. So, Justin, you're over here searching goblins. So, you find 3 short bows with arrows. And then Zet's on the other dog. You find a pearl also.
Sweet.
So, I mean, so those are some of the things you guys also got to think about if you guys want to loot their bodies or not or whatever. So you pillaged them. You guys are all gone. So what do you guys want to do now? Do you guys want to head for the city or take a rest by Edgardo and Zetzer's Ursa's campfire?
Let's send Cherry into town to get mead, and we'll chill by the fire.
Wait,
I don't just look at my pearl.
I don't have a horse and buggy.
All right. So
Is it racist if we eat the dog?
No, it is not. We are hungry.
Okay, so there is a campfire here, so you guys all decide to eat the dogs?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so you guys cook the dogs in the fire.
Yes. And
So-
one more thing, I'd like to
So
propose we had
now
something.
I need all you guys to roll a Constitution save.
Oh man, you're gonna give us diarrhea. We're gonna have dysentery on the Oregon Trail.
So Justin gets a stomach ache. Everybody else, roll a d20. Romeo has an iron stomach. Dude, how does Zetz roll another 20? This dog meat ends up just making Zetzer even stronger, and he gets all his health back.
Am I dead? I got 1.
So now Zetzer's back to full health. So
What the heck?
yeah. All right. So I mean, that's pretty much it. When we do this on next Wednesday, I'll have the real adventure for you guys. But at least now you guys all know the basics and what to do.
We should get sound effects.
Oh, I was supposed to do that.
Yeah, because remember you were playing music when you were last streaming, but
I can log off.
Yeah, you can. Bye, Zeds. Thank you.